Parenting these days sometimes feels like we're navigating uncharted territory. It's been a bit of a roller coaster this past few years in terms of technology, and it feels like suddenly one of the biggest parenting pains is knowing what to do about giving our kids access to the digital world. There are many parents who outright ban all technology. Then on the other side, there are parents who allow unlimited access. When I was at the recent Mama Travel Fest event in Madrid, I spoke to parents about how they view parental control apps and whether they see a need for them in their family lives. Some of their answers were actually surprising, so I put together a few of the main points that I took from our conversations. Many parents with younger kids didn't see the need for a parental control app in those early days. However, as children age, then the need for some kind of parental control often becomes more of a pressing issue. Ingrid is a teacher with teens, and here is what she thinks about parental control apps.
It's not only to have the application and to cut the time, it's just to talk with them. Nora, you have been 2 hours making TikTok. You think it's enough? You think maybe you can use 1 hour and another hour to do something different. So it's not to have the control and that's it. It's to think with them, to make them to know and
see it as a tool.
Yes.
That's very true. Now, parents might also use an app because of the never-ending nagging for more screen time. I'm not anti-tech by any means, but the constant bartering with my kids, nagging them to get off their phones or tablets really gets to me. Now, they get their time and that's it. The fact is that moderation is the key, but kids don't know that yet. They can't moderate themselves when it comes to technology, so we have to help them. Fatima is a mother of 2 kids, aged 4 and 7, and here's what she thinks about using apps to limit screen time.
I think it's useful. The truth is, I think they wouldn't be necessary if children don't have technology when they sue them.
Yeah.
What I mean is, I think if they are ready to have technology, mentally ready, probably this is not as a need, but because nowadays everybody has a device, children with 7 with a phone, with internet on, and children with iPads since they are 1, because they are not able to manage, you have to manage for them.
Yeah.
Belle Servant from Madrid has 2 kids, aged 13 and 10, and she says that while traveling she allowed her daughter to try and regulate herself.
Kids can regulate themselves in everything apart from 2 things: sugar and electronic devices. These 2 things, parents, we have to regulate because are addictive. Before, at the beginning of the trip, she says, no, I can regulate, I promise, Mom, I promise. And I say, okay, you are free to use it as long as you want, but I just want you to count the time. And then after a week, we are going to see how much you stay in the tablet, and she stays many hours.
I think that says it all, really, doesn't it? There are many other reasons why parents choose to use parental control apps. For some, online safety is a priority. For others, it can be the need to monitor who their kids are actually interacting with and if it's appropriate. We've all heard of horror stories in the news about kids meeting with predators online. For Pablo, who's a computer engineer with 3 kids under the age of 6, having some form of control is a must.
I'm a computer engineer, so I want to control everything that my son is going to do with the electronic devices, for sure.
But you think that it's absolutely necessary these days?
Mandatory.
Yeah.
It's crazy that a kid can find and I want to explain by myself instead that they find something crazy in the internet and have to explain something that they don't have to know with a 14 or something like that.
Yes.
Now, while parental control apps can be a powerful ally, they can also have a dark side when misused. The trouble begins when parents use them to become overly invasive. peeking into every aspect of their child's digital life. While they're young, then sure, it's necessary to monitor all online interactions, but as they grow older, they deserve and need more of their own privacy. Too much snooping by parents not only invades their privacy, but also takes a toll on trust, which is the cornerstone of every healthy parent-child relationship. If you're reading your teen's private messages without consent, it might seem like a protective move, but it often results in a communication breakdown. It's like eavesdropping on a private conversation, creating a rift between parents and children.
Our relationship is based on trust. Many people, adults, parents, they come to me and ask me, how do you do it? Because we don't know what to do with my kids, And I always say, well, who is the boss at home, To me, I am really very friendly with my kids. We listen to them, but there are things that are parents' decision. My kids really, until now, never lie to us. Okay. They are so innocent that when they do something like a tricky, they tell us. They don't know how to be this way, So what we do, we negotiate with them very hardly, and then we agree together that they will be allowed to use the devices 2 hours a week.
There is another option, one that luckily FamiSafe provides. Instead of having the full access to all of your teens' messages, you can monitor for inappropriate content or words. So if, for example, they or a friend uses a certain word in their messages, then you will get a notification for it so that you can then go and talk with your child about it. The key here is finding a delicate balance. Yes, parental control apps are meant to provide oversight, but it shouldn't come at the expense of respecting a child's privacy. You can strike a balance between being a watchful guardian and a parent and fostering an environment where trust can actually thrive. Parental control apps aren't just silent observers, like I said. They can be valuable allies, especially when it comes to raising responsible digital citizens. Beyond their monitoring capabilities, the FamiSafe app serves as a foundation for imparting some essential lessons to our tech-savvy kids. David, who has 2 children aged 9 and 6, wanted to say this about this.
Once they start seeing the advantages of working with technology, I think it's a great tool. The earlier you start, the more confident you feel with it. Many people is scared, and same as everything in life, you need to know what the limits are and what they are about to be working around them.
Think of it this way, the insights gathered from these apps aren't just data points, they are conversation starters. Use them as a springboard to engage your children in discussions about their online behavior, the concept of privacy in the digital age, and the lasting traces of their digital footprints. Discuss why certain online activities may pose risks, the importance of respecting others in the digital space, and the significance of protecting personal information. It's not about instilling fear, but empowering them with knowledge. Help them understand that their digital choices today can have a lasting implications tomorrow. Some people introduce a parental control app into their toolkit and they honestly expect it to be the ultimate guard against online hazards. But the fact is that they are more like capable assistants rather than an all-powerful solution. It can help in setting time limits and bringing some order to your child's online activities, but it won't foresee every twist and turn in their online world. Some parents also think that they can just install the app and it will teach their child everything they need to know about online safety. But it will never replace your role as a parent for having meaningful discussions with your child about making informed choices, practicing kindness online, and understanding the repercussions of their digital actions.
There are great tools. They help the family to take accountability for what's going on in their life. And it's a tool, and as a tool it's great, but you need to talk with your son and daughter and you make sure that they understand the risk and why these things are around.
There's also an expectation from many parents that they won't need a parental control app. When kids are young, parents often don't see the online dangers that lie ahead of them, sometimes not until it's too late. The expectation is that you can fully trust your child so that you won't need one. But the reality is that it's not a matter of trusting our kids. It's the people that we don't know out there on the internet that we don't trust. Ingrid also said this.
I think now it's in all ages necessary. It's the life. We cannot now understand a world without a mobile. I mean, you can do hundreds of wonderful things.
Yes.
So I think you need to have different application for different ages. If it's you have powerful in your hand, you need to have the responsibility to know how to use it. So I think you need apps for all the ages, also for parents.
The internet and for some, social media have become such a huge part of our lives that we can't hide from it. We can't hide our kids from it either. They will eventually go online, and by teaching them responsible behavior, we can actually mitigate the risks that may be involved. But what do you think? Do you think that parental control apps are necessary, or do you think that they are an invasion of privacy? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinions. I would love to read about them. If you'd like to know more about FamiSafe and how we can help you to help your kids become their best online advocate, then head over to our website where you can learn more about it. I'll drop a link in the description below so you can check it out. And if you like this, please give it a thumbs up so that I know that you enjoyed it and I know what to prepare next time. Also subscribe, press the bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!